The Porsche curves, 1 minute 40 remaining. This is too long.
And he can't slow it because he's got the Peugeot only 16 seconds behind him. He can't take that risk.
He's going to have to go for the final lap. They will have worked on the fuel. They will have known how many laps they might have to do, and they will have fueled for that at Audi. They do not make those kind of mistakes. Through the Ford chicane, a minute remains in the 2011 24 Hours of Le Mans as he crosses the line, and we are now in the last minute of the 24 hours. On to the last lap goes the Audi of Andre Lotterer. Coming up behind him, Lotterer doing a 3 minute 30.5, barely any slower than he's done in the last hour, so he knew he was not going to get inside the time. We are on the last lap of Le Mans 2011, and the gap 15.5 seconds. Pagenaud took a second and a half out of Lotterer on that lap, and that would have been in traffic.
All that traffic down to Indianapolis, exactly right. So it's not going to make any difference now, as long as Lotterer can keep this car going to the finish. Pagenaud can do the same. Also looking at Tim Greaves' Zytek car heading for that win, and a double win for Corvette in the 2 GT classes.
And what a finish for Corvette. This will be absolutely awesome. What I've seen is just such a tight battle all the way, and here we see the 2 Corvette cars in formation getting ready to take the checkered flag together, with number 2 car coming around as well, just flashing those lights, hoping that they see him and they realize that the race isn't over yet. I'm sure they will, because these guys are top professionals.
Oh yeah, everybody's engineers will be on the radio going, last lap, the Audi's coming, the Audi's coming. He goes by the GT Pro winning CompuWare Corvette, the 73 car with Antonio Garcia at the wheel. In front of him is the Labra competition car that is leading the GT Am class as he goes by, and the time has run out now on the clock, but on the big clock over the start finish line, a slight disagreement there. We're in France, I think we'll let that slide.
Now, last year we saw all 3 Audis coming in formation into the finish. Sadly, this year the one lone Audi flying the flag for all of them, but he still held it together. It looks like they've still managed to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans despite the 2 enormous accidents we saw earlier.
Wow. Ey, Riesenunfall hier. Riesenunfall. Und wenn ich es richtig gesehen habe, ist einer der Audi darin verwickelt.
Ja,
die Startnummer 3.
Gerade haben wir davon gesprochen,
das Auto von Alan McNish.
Diese Aggressivität von Alan McNish.
Ja, ich denke mal, er konnte ihn gar nicht sehen. Im Rückspiegel sieht man wahrscheinlich nur ein Auto. So wie wir es gerade gesehen haben. Er konnte nur den einen Audi sehen, den anderen nicht.
So, jetzt sehen wir es, glaube ich, nochmal aus der Innenbahn.
Zwar reingezogen.
Well, Wolfgang Ulrich may well have trained marksmen aiming at all the lead commentators up here to make sure that we don't curse this race, because for them it has been such a difficult race. 2 enormous accidents, both of which were shown live, and we genuinely thought that we were going to be in danger of losing drivers at the very least in both of those races.
Jetzt wieder auf die 2. Position nach vorne gefahren, und jetzt hat es kräftig gerumpelt. Jetzt hat es
schreit nach
Kleinholz gegeben. Oh. Da fürchte ich, wenn wir jetzt das Safety Car sehen, ja, jetzt kommt prompt die Bestätigung.
Jetzt gilt es erstmal drum,
und jetzt müssen wir erstmal sehen, was da passiert ist. Auto heftig zerstört. Oh, die Meldung, die wir da bekommen,
die ist nicht gut.
Da hoffen wir, ach du Scheiße, Teammitgliedern nochmal Situation, da fährt er vorbei an dem GT2.
Ganz sauber, auch schön zu sehen, weil die Linie da ist. Und jetzt zieht der Ferrari rüber.
Yeah, the latest news, we don't know exactly what really happened. The only information that we have, and I hope it's a positive one, is that Rocky left the car himself and climbed himself behind the guardrail. I don't know more how fine he is or not, but he could escape out of the car himself. Thank you very much.
Rettungsfahrzeug in langsamer Fahrt unterwegs Richtung Medical Center. Und dann wird es erfahrungsgemäß nicht mehr allzu lang dauern, bis wir die ersten offiziellen News hören. Und bis dahin heißt es nach wie vor kräftig die Daumen drücken. Nochmal aus der anderen Perspektive. Da war er schon fast auf diese ausgewichen.
Der Ferrari, der ist da hingezogen. Also da kann man dem Rocky keine... Und guck dir das an, wie der einschlägt. Oh mein Gott.
nochmal aus der Inboard-Perspektive.
Those races, and so from the roller coaster of those despairing moments to what in a minute or so is going to be utter jubilation, and there's no question the floodgates are going to open for everybody in those garages. This has been such a tough race, and if you were a Hollywood scriptwriter, this is how you would write it, isn't it? The despair, the heartbreak, the humanity of the thing, and then in the end, the final minute of the final loop. Here is our race win for the car that started from pole position. It is victory for Audi number 2. Andre Lotterer takes the win in the 2011 Le Mans 24 Hours, and the margin of victory will be less than 15 seconds. Across the line comes Simon Pagenaud, who gave it everything and came up short after 24 blistering, heartbreaking, stunning, astonishing hours by 13 seconds. Unlucky 13 for Simon Pagenaud, but the jubilation, that is the relief of a 23-hour pressure cooker. An hour in, we thought that Audi had seen one of their drivers in a fatal accident. In the middle of the night, we thought for a second time that was the case. In both instances, it turned out that the drivers walked away from the wreckage, and now the only car that remained against the mitre Peugeot has somehow achieved the almost unimaginable of staying in the lead and winning at Le Mans.